Welcome back to Live at 9, and something that Mississippi wants and has is tourism. You know, all over the state. They want people to come to the state. So talk about how tourism has been good, bad in Mississippi here recently.
Absolutely. So many might not know that we're the 4th largest industry in the state. So lots of great things happening in our industry. Last year, we saw 43 million visitors who spent $11.5 billion. So big business for the state for sure. Things are going really well. You know, we recovered really strong following COVID. Can't believe that's been almost 5 years ago, but Mississippi was really a model of recovery. So now we're focusing on the next phase, which is making sure that we can grow and strengthen our industry.
Yeah, and what are some of the initiatives you guys are trying to do?
Yeah, so we have a new program we're calling Heart of Hospitality, because our people that work in hospitality really are the heart that makes up the visitor experience in Mississippi. So it's a 2-part series of thinking about how we can guide people into the tourism as a career and also cultivate and grow and educate our current tourism employees and making sure they have the tools they need to continue to strengthen their skills.
You talk about it being the 4th largest industry. How important is it to the funding of things that we have in Mississippi that people come and visit and want to visit Mississippi?
Absolutely, tremendously. Well, and you know, we like to say if you create a place people want to visit, you create a place people want to live. And that's the biggest thing. It's a huge, there's a huge connection to economic development efforts and creating communities that are thriving and attracting people to visit and also providing that quality of life for residents as well.
What are some of the things in Mississippi that you push? Maybe someone around the Jackson area.
Well, you know, there's so many wonderful attractions in the state. That's something we've seen really change over the last couple of decades. You look at the 2 museums here in Jackson, which is an incredible experience. Of course, the Children's Museum and everything that's going on there. Just tons to do. Top Golf, the hot new thing outside of the metro. They just, you know, opened up right before Christmas. So that's a great new addition too. Lots to see and do, and we want everybody to get out and see what's available.
Yeah, and what's maybe something about tourism that people don't know that would really interest them?
Really interest. I think really the economic impact is so tremendous. I mean, we employ with direct and indirect about 133,000 Mississippians, and a lot of people don't realize that. So I think that's really important, and it's really important that we continue to grow and invest in making sure that we continue that upward trajectory.
Yeah, shout out to the Delta where she lives. You know, you said just outside of Greenwood,
that's
right?
Right. That's
right.
Yeah,
and you know, I used to work up there in the Delta. Is there anything with the Delta that you guys try to push for people to come see? Because you know, there is some really, I guess, historic things. I mean, you talk about the Blues Trail and all kinds of stuff that maybe you guys push in that area.
Absolutely. You know, this year is a very big year for music tourism. We're celebrating. B.B. King would have been 100 years old this year, and Elvis would have been 90. So wow. We're renewing our focus on the birthplace of America's music. Kicked that off with Visit Mississippi and the Rose Bowl this year. The float featured B.B. and Elvis, so tremendous draw there. In the Delta, you know, going and seeing those places where music really began, that's an incredible experience and one that many from all over the world want to come and see.
How do you handle, you know, pushing tourism when our state has so many unique areas? When you talk about the difference between what the coast looks like to the Golden Triangle, to the Delta, to the metro area.
Yes.
It's all a little bit different. And how do you handle all those different types of areas?
Honestly, I think that's a tremendous asset for our state. I think there's so many unique regions, and not every state has that. So if you want the beach, we have the beach. If you want the foothills of the mountains, we have that, and of course the Delta. So, and every area has their own unique vibe and their own tourism assets. So I think that's a strength, and we love to tell people about all the different experiences you can have in Mississippi.
Yeah, I think one of the last things I really want to touch on is you had a really important line. You said, if it becomes a place that you want to visit, it becomes a place that you want to live. So not only with the tourism, you guys are trying to build something that's bigger than just, hey, come spend some money here in the state. We want to make this state an attraction for people to live.
Absolutely, we really are. It's about more than just visitors, and that's something that has changed over the last few years, and we're seeing a more holistic approach to tourism and making sure that we're growing those communities and providing those amenities that people want to attract talent and retain talent in our state and attract our attract our best and brightest to stay, for sure.
All right, if they ever want some information about your association, where can they go to check you out?
Absolutely, mstourism.com, and then for our workforce, we have workforce.mstourism.com.
And what will they see if they go there?
Well, on our workforce site, we have an opportunity for hospitality training courses. We have a seven-piece course that you can take for free in English and Spanish, and learn more about how to treat visitors and how to make sure they have a great experience here in the state.